Hello guys, welcome to Alvin 211 Media, and of course I'm your host Ian. Thank you very much guys for your support. And if you haven't subscribed, remember you're not part of our family. It's good that you subscribe and support us. Thank you. Today I brought to you the one and only Loverboy. Bro, how are you?
I'm doing great, my brother.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You know why?
Why do you call Loverboy? Do you like girls?
Like, to put it well, I would just say like Loverboy according to me, or how I put it.
Yes.
Just like the way I express myself through my music. Yeah.
You sing love songs.
Love songs, motivational songs.
Sure.
Like everything about me is just about love. It's not about like emotional love things, but sometimes like the expression you feel towards other people also. That's the kind of love I mean. It's not about only partners love and all that.
Oh yeah, sure. Now I get it. So in the last 2 years, you made huge strides in your music. Yeah, and you have done so great, releasing so many songs. Not even many, not only many, but songs with quality.
Yeah.
Songs which will always remain with us. Yes.
Yeah, as an artist, you always grow. Like you always look into things like you want to grow, you want to be better. So you cannot do the same thing all the time.
Sure.
So if I'm recording in this studio today and it's not giving me the quality music that my fans deserve, I have to change it. I have to look into what people really need also. What do my fans want? What do they want to listen to? Because music changes. And as an artist, you need to be versatile to everything. You need to read the situation. You need to understand how the industry works. Because
for sure,
you can even see right now, like the music that is working right now is Afrobeats. So if you are still back into dancehall music, you will not even capture the young generation that are listening to music right now. So as an artist, you need to be vigilant and you need to be very versatile and be a good listener too.
Sure.
Nobody knows it all. As an artist, you listen to people, you need to understand what they really want. If you get to know what they really want, then you can be able to make a hit song.
For sure, and that's great. You got yourself into a certain collision with a certain musician.
Collision?
There's a song that you released, and then people say that you sold that song.
Yeah, even I didn't want to talk about this because yes, I think I've addressed this through my TikTok lives.
Okay.
And even like through a radio interview I did this, and I said like I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I feel like this is the work of haters. At the end of the day, when people see you doing something good, they will talk about it, they will create things about it. But the truth is, and the fact is, yes, I wrote the song in 2021. This fire you are hearing today, I wrote the song in 2021.
You wrote it yourself?
Yes, I wrote the song myself. Then there was a guy who really wanted the song. So he said, man, I'm going to pay you so that you give me the song. I'm like, okay. I gave him the song.
He is a Janubi.
He's a South Sudanese. He's a Nubian.
Okay.
And he's in America. So like that time I was writing for him like 4 songs. I gave him 2 songs first. Then Fire was the second, like the 3rd song. So when I gave him also Fire, he told me like I'm going to pay you and all that. Then after some time he didn't pay me, Then I said, okay bro, if you are going to pay for the song, let me know. Or if you don't want it, let me know. Because he was a bit skeptical about the Dinka part of the song. He was like, no, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. Then I'm like, okay, fine. And that was after I sent him the song. So he was having all those ideas. I'm like, okay, when you are ready, you let me know. If you don't want it, let me know also. But after some time, he went quiet, Then I said, in my album, this was 2023.
You informed him?
Yeah, I informed him. He said no. I'm like, okay, fine, no problem. So I recorded the song and I sent it to Emek in Australia before he came to it. I think that was 2023, January there.
Okay.
So he listened to it and he did a verse and sent it to me. I told him I don't like it. I told him again to change it. So Emek did another 2nd verse and he sent it to me. I'm like, no, there's something I wanted to do, like especially you add a few things to capture people, because Emek is somebody I really respect. He's one of the people who brought me to the game actually. Like he really helped me a lot. Like when I started, he's the one who paid for my music videos, the studios and all that. And I wanted also to do something great with him. I don't want to do just any music with him. Sure. I want to hit with somebody like that, So when I sent it to him and he just delivered the way he wanted, I'm like, no, we need something good.
That's something that I'm looking for.
Yeah. So he did the 3rd verse, but he refused to send it to me. He said, no, I'm not sending it to you, because if I send it to you, you'll be like, no, it's not good enough. So he told me I'm going to come to Africa, then we listen to it. If it's good, then we can release it. I'm like, okay, no problem.
Sure.
So when he came, I think his computer got broken at the airport. So I was asking for him, man, the album is soon. That was around December now when he came last year. So I was asking him, bro, you send me the data, send me the data. He's like, I'm going to send it. Then after some time he told me like the computer broke down. Then he's like, okay, let's arrange. Then we can go to the studio and record the song. I'm like, okay, fine. Now the song has been recorded like 3 times, different producers. The first one that I sent to the guy, you see, I recorded that one myself because that was a downloaded beat. And that's what I used to write the song. Then I recorded the song. The version I sent to Emek Dan was recorded by M-Town, Zol Kebir on the beat. Then when Emek came to Africa now, we went to Juba. So he's like, man, let's do the song now. I'm like, I recorded the song with Zol Kebir. Let's go and do it in Kampala. He's like, no, let's do it here in Juba.
Sure.
I'm like, okay. I have a producer called Slatin, which is Weko. So I called Weko and he arranged for the session. We went there around 12 at night, you know. So we went, we started creating now the beats from the scratch. Then I told
now fresh.
Then I told him like, now you tell me the verse. He said I forgot the verse. I'm like, now okay, let's create another verse here. You see? Then we start like, you know, it's always good when you guys put your minds together.
For sure.
And we had other people around in the studio and all that, so the vibe was really good. And I sang the chorus. Girl, you are fire. I swear you are better than them. Me girl, you are hotter than them. Listen, better kid, they gave me you are my day. Yeah. Then I told him, I want us to put something different in it. Yeah. So that's when now we wrote the other part of the chorus. It wasn't there. So we went to it. Slatin also is an artist. We had somebody like Tyson Kombo and Emek and other boys around. So we went into it, creating that part specifically. And Emek is a genius. So he came and he's like, me, I'm going to change the words into Dinka. Like that part, you are hot like fire and all this. I want to put them in Dinka. Then that's when he came in. Bibi into Jinchirman. Niediatini Nadi. Hilwati Jamil.
That's so great.
So it was really good. It was a really nice session. So we got to learn a lot about each other and how we work as artists, you know. So we gave him a chance. We were like, me, I'm not going to record my verse. You record your verse first. Because like he was writing in the studio.
So after now you released the song after you recorded.
We recorded the song. We recorded like, you know, album was like, it was coming out in 2 days time when we were recording the song. So like we are in a hurry. Even I told Slatin, you work on it tonight.
Sure.
He's like, no, I'll work on it tomorrow. I'm like, okay, fine. So when we left the studio, he started working on it immediately. The next day, he called me like, the song is almost done, but I'm not sure. You come listen. So I went and listened to it. I'm like, no, the bass line is not yet there and all that. So he worked on it again. So basically, the Fire was the last song to be sung on the same day we are releasing the album.
Sure.
You know, and that's why we delayed, because the album was supposed to come out around 10 a.m. in the morning, but we delayed up to 4 in the evening.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. yeah. So we delayed because I was waiting for Slatin to send the song. He went through it again. And then he sent me the final. I'm like, this one is okay.
Now, how did this gentleman react after you released the song?
Now, to come to that, I released the song. He didn't reach out to me. The song was moving, even the album. He even said, bro, the album is nice and all that. He didn't reach out to me, you know. Then after some times, I have some friends there. They call me, they're like, there's this guy saying you took his song. I'm like, which guy? They send me his version now. You see? And they said, this guy, they are sending it in their groups, like Marco, they are touching their part and mine, because the song was on YouTube. It was now 8 days after I released mine, you see? Because if he was so interested or he want to know what's going on, he would have texted me the first day.
Yeah,
like, man, why are you releasing the song?
If someone you're communicating to, you could have,
you know? So after 8 days, that's when now that video came out. And those guys, they asked me, they're like, there's this guy called, I'm not going to mention his name, you know, to give him the props and all that. No. So they asked me, I'm like, okay, what is he saying? It's like, you took the song and all, and they even sent me the video that they attached. I'm like, okay, fine. I reach out to him. I asked him, bro, what happened? Why did you release the song? And you told me you didn't release it. And even it's been 1 year on your account, and you didn't even tell me you even have a YouTube account and all that. He said, no, I'm going to remove and all that, and started telling me like, okay, I want you to write for me another song. I'm like, okay, first you remove that song, because I don't want confusion for people, you know. For sure. Then he's like, okay, I'm going to remove it and all that. So we agreed, I'm going to write for him another song and everything. Then he said, I'm going to remove it. So he removed, instead of deleting it, he hid it. So he hid the song, and he sent me a screenshot of his YouTube with no video. you know. And that's why I always keep everything with me, even the charts from 2021 I have them with me, you know. So when he sent it to me, those boys, they were asking me, I send them the screenshots from this guy, you know? And I told them, like, do you see what did this guy say? Then they went and told the other guys of his that, okay, your guy was lying, like Marco took his song and all this.
Sure.
So his friend went and sent him also the screenshots again, like, why are you lying, why are you making this and this, you know.
Sure.
So he got mad and texted me like, oh, why are you sending screenshots to people, and it was about me and I haven't removed the song and all that. I'm like, bro, people are accusing me and I have to make it clear to them. So even if you feel bad or you feel wrong, I should be the one feeling bad, because at the end of the day, you're the one who did me bad. You didn't pay me and you released the song and you didn't even tell me, and now my song is out, you're trying to create a controversial over it, you know. Then he said, no, I don't want to know again, like I'm going to use this opportunity even to get fame and all that. I'm like, okay, fine, do what you want to do. Me, I'm not going to say anything, or do whatever you want to do, you know. And I stopped talking to him. From there, they went ahead now with his friend. They're sharing. You know, then people got into it. Now they start posting, oh, Marco took the song, Marco took that and all that, you know. And I said, okay, fine, because at the end of the day, people will talk about something because it's good. Because if it was a bad song, nobody would have been bothered. They will ask,
For sure.
it's just a bad song, nobody cares.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, I still thank the haters, I still thank those people who started all that controversy, because it made the song a huge success. But right now, I can tell you right now, that's the biggest song in South Sudan right now. Like in every club, every street,
have not
song.
that.
Yeah, the song is playing. Even you can see how crazy it is on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and even on TikTok, you know. So at the end of the day, everything is a blessing. When you have a good heart and you have good intentions towards everybody, no matter how people try to tarnish your name or your reputation or turn things against you or your people,
You always
it
run
turn out
safe.
good. Yes.
Yeah, always run up safe. Okay, bro, thank you by the way for clarifying that, because it has brought a lot of tension, and we never wanted like a person of a profile like you to be in such a situation. And that's
You
why
know,
we
these
always
things are normal. As an artist, I always say, as an artist, you have to be ready for anything. Criticism, you know, hate, and all that. Because as an artist, you need to have a very strong self-esteem. You need to know yourself. Because at the end of the day, if I didn't know myself, I would have been bothered by all this, and I would have
For
taken
sure.
it too personal to hate other people. But I know myself, I know my capabilities, you know, I know what I can do and what I cannot, you know. So at the end of the day, Marco Boy will always be Marco. I can never be somebody else, you know. And that's why I have my own style of singing, my voice and all that. And my fans, they didn't believe it, because they know even the tuning and the writing skills on that song, they know this is Marco, you know.
For sure.
So anybody who knows my music from the start, they
Will
didn't
not doubt
even question it. They're like, there's a question mark there. But you know, I did that and I went through that, and even right now I'm still clearing this for the sake of my fans. I'm not doing this because of haters or people creating this.
for
I'm
sure.
doing them like
I just want to make it clear.
Yeah, I want to make it clear for my fans, so that they don't stop believing in me, because they believed in me for so long. They have supported me, you know. So, and I don't take that for granted, you know?
For sure. Just a month ago, there was a little boy from Unity State Bentiu who came up and was brought up by his people, people supporting him. He was taken to Juba. That is my Jake. Have you ever?
Yeah, I think I heard of him.
Yeah. So, but we feel like the support that he got was not enough, because he was taken to Juba, shoot a video, not even a video, record a video, and the guy who took him to Juba record a video. So you see, what can you say about that kind of a support? Do you think that it was enough, or something else could have been done?
You know, okay, support coming from somebody, you can never say it's not good enough or it's like this and that, because support, it has to come from your heart. Even if, no matter how small it is, it means something at the end of the day. Because if that guy haven't done that, maybe like that guy could have not even made it to Juba, you know. So every little help you get, we have to appreciate it, you know. And I'm sure wherever you might be right now, I'm sure he's grateful, you know. So even if people say like that help was not big enough and all that, every help is big, you know. As long as somebody reach out to you to help you, you know, somebody who's not even related to you, but to help you because they believe in you, it means a lot. Even if it's small, I'm sure like after some time it will grow, you know, because there's always something called destiny helper. You know, somebody will help you, take you to another place, another person will pick it from there. So I'm sure maybe that person helped him to expose him a little bit. Like that's why we're talking about him right now. So that is a big help also. So I'm sure there's somebody watching somewhere, and I'm sure you'll get the help that he needs.
For sure. Thank you very much. Maybe we don't have much, and thank you for your time, my brother. Always available, always consistent. We like your work.
Yeah, man. You know, we have so many music coming up. We have so much music right now. The album is doing great. Even on Audiomack is #1 right now in South Sudan.
Big up, my brother.
Fire also trending. I think #1, #2. At the radios in Juba, it's #1.
Being played all the
iRadio
time.
#1. Classic FM #1. Every radio in South Sudan is at #1. So it's a blessing.
Bless my
And
brother.
you know, I just want to appreciate my fans for the support they've given to me. Yeah, I want to say a big thank you, and keep on supporting South Sudan music. Keep on supporting Marco Boy. You understand?
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
All right. One love.
I love you.